Here we go again. Alright. Gonna try to be as civil as I possibly can be, but again, you can take this video however you want to because at this point in time, I really don't care. Again, you post another video of such that you say that you wouldn't be posting again, moving on to something different, as you say, but yet still we keep repeating that cycle again. Light-skinned blacks have the same mentality as racist whites. And of course, you started your video, of course, with the other video that you posted previous to this about light-skinned people being insecure. First of all, son, and I use that word, I mean, to pretty much in the best way that I possibly can, because there are some other words that I really do want to say, but I don't want to say that because I'm not that type of person. But you keep still generalizing the entire, well, I should say the light-skinned blacks based on your experiences. Have you ever lived outside of Philadelphia? That's my question to you. Have you ever been outside of Philadelphia? I've been all over the world. Okay, and I do not, and just because I run into some people that have stuck up and snooty attitudes that happen to be darker or lighter or whatever than I am, that does not mean that all those type of people are that way. When are you going to beat it into your brain, son? You sitting up here saying that you're trying to educate the black people. You're an insult to black people of all colors. You cannot sit up here and tell anybody how to live, son. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And I keep asking you the question, who gave you the authority to tell how the black population is supposed to live? Who died and left you in charge of that? That's all I want to know. When you can tell me that, then I will actually stop posting video responses to your pointless videos. Talking about you're not trying to step on people's toes. You're doing it, and you know you're doing it. And the only time that people will actually respond to it is to tell you how idiotic you may sound. And you are sounding very idiotic right about now. When are you going to really move on and talk about something else? I actually today, I think I sent you a link to a video that there's a young brother that was talking about, deadly words. And I actually wanted you, and I sent that video to you, and I want you to really listen to what this brother is saying about deadly words. You can kill people, or you can kill relationships with people because of your words. I believe he said in his video that you're supposed to choose your words wisely, or to the fact of you crafting what you want to say. Thinking before you speak. The only thing that you're proving to the YouTube community time and time again is that you don't think before you speak, and you keep generalizing. And every time you keep generalizing, you're going to keep getting the same response as you keep getting. I mean, I don't understand. What is it so hard for you to understand about that? I know that YouTube has requirements for you to post videos, but my God, how many times are you going to be on the black person's neck? Using them as a scapegoat for your popularity here on YouTube. Goodness gracious. I mean, every time somebody disagrees with you on something or whatever like that, they have to be, what, a house nigger and all this other type of stuff. Yeah, I know. That's what you referred to me one time as. And guess what? I am not going to sit there and actually call you out a name that I know I could call, because it would be obvious. But I'm not going to do that because I'm much better than that. You've criticized us on our hair. You've criticized us on the way that most black people think. You criticize us on what type of clothes we wear. I mean, you criticize what type of people we associate with. What do you want from the black race? I mean, obviously there's something within yourself that is just not complete. It's like you don't feel better unless you put someone else down. What is it? What is it? Do you need to take wings and fly up out of here? You act like you're so holier than thou, and you have the answer to the black race's problems. You don't have no answer, because you are the problem. You're just as racist as a white racist or a white supremacist, with that idiotic jabble that you keep spilling, and then you have these idiots up here agreeing with you. Some of them. I mean, my God, you keep, get off the light-skinned brother. Yeah, I'm light-skinned, and you know what? I'm glad to be light-skinned, and guess what? I'm going to continue to sport my light skin, and I'm going to wear it proud. And if you don't like that, that's just your problem. Deal with it. Now, be happy with yourself. When you're content and happy with yourself, you won't have the need to look and try to find fault in other people. And I will say it time again, instead of looking and trying to find fault with your race, why don't you go out there and try to help build people up? Why don't you do that? Or I forgot, you don't even know how to do that, because guess what? Being kind and being nice is just not in you. So guess what? I guess I would expect for that type of ignorance to come out of your mouth, because that's all you know. I mean, to be what, 23 or whatever, however old you is, you have a lot of hell in you. And it's sad. My God, I mean, go out and experience the world. I mean, go take a trip, get on a Greyhound bus, I mean, and go somewhere else and see how other people act. I mean, you get your viewpoints based on what you experience in Philadelphia. And that's sad, because all people are not like the ones that you see on a day-to-day basis in Philadelphia. Get your behind out of there and experience the world, instead of coming up here with your crazy one-sided points of view that really doesn't even make much sense. You challenge a lot of people, and the sad part about it, usually a challenge is a good thing. But see, one thing about it is that with you, the way you try to challenge people, you try to get them to think of themselves as being weak. And see, one thing about it is that when you can think and actually get someone of thinking of themselves as being weak, that's when they'll start to agree with you. But see, I'm not weak. That's why I disagree with most of the things you say, because you're an idiot. Yes, you really do need to stop posting stuff like this, because it upsets people. Not because you're telling the truth, it's because you keep banging and keep pushing and keep stepping on people's neck instead of trying to be positive. Again, how do you expect to get a positive feedback from people when you keep giving them negative comments and feedback in your posts? It's not going to happen. The same way that you attack most people on stuff on YouTube, they're going to turn around and attack you back. And it has nothing to do with you being right. It has a lot with you being stupid and the words that come out of your mouth. I don't know what's your problem. You really do. I don't know. Maybe you need to get some bleach and dye yours, and maybe you need to become white, since you feel that blacks are hopeless, as you say. There's nothing that you can do for me. There's only one requirement that I have while I'm on this earth, and that's to serve God, continue to be black, and when my time to go, I'm going to leave. You need to grow up. Not far from mother's milk, and you think that you know everything. You don't know nothing. You don't know anything. All you are is disputing somebody else's knowledge that they infiltrated in your brain, and you don't even have the common sense to think twice before you speak. Could care less about who you think you are. You're nobody. You are very small. It's not so much because of your physical stature. You're small because of what comes out of your mouth. Because that's all you know. You've never been around people that's positive. All you know is people that you've been around that thinks the same way you do, and thinks that black people are, or for the most part, hopeless, because they keep falling into the mentality of slaves and all this other type of garbage that you've posted over the month. I mean, when are you going to really actually post a video of substance? I mean, something that really gives insightful thinking on how to solve a problem that blacks that really may be having. I mean, one thing about it is that you don't offer any solutions to the black people, because you're part of the problem. I mean, yeah, I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, how many times are we going to have to go through this? Again, the more you post these type of crazy videos, the more I'm going to post my response to them. That's just the way it is. I already told you that already. But it's just the fact that when are you going to start doing something positive, son? It's not all about subscribers. If you're going to step on your own people's necks just for the sake of becoming famous, then the issue is not with them, it's with you. You really need some help. I mean, you really need some psychological help. That is something that you cannot get here on YouTube. That's something that you're going to have to go out in society and get. And I hope that whoever you go to happens to be a black person, so they can put you in your place. That's all I got to say. You are one sad person. That's all I have to say for now. Peace.